she will do whatever that matches with the music, and the whole idea is to show off her musical or his musical skills. My father taught me how to scat when I was very young. My father was a musician. He also worked in the hospital. He had worked 2 jobs. My mother was a singer. She sang opera, and she was a professional nurse. She went to the Harlem Nursing School, in fact, one of the finest in the country. Now, I must say, if you're not aware, Harlem had a very bad reputation across the country. People did not understand, because anything associated with African Americans in the media, stereotypes projected about African Americans was always negative and bad. Well, people from the Harlem Renaissance period really, and many other African Americans, myself included, took offense to that, and they really tried to show off the finest in what they were about. So the Harlem Renaissance was a type of cocoon where artists came together and in a sense of pride to develop their creativity, and what you're listening to is a product of that. Some of you are into hip hop, some of you are into rhythm and blues, some of you think that your music is new. Boo. What you are listening on the radio is a product of this, of these people. Everything grows from something else. So, I was quite fortunate when I was very young. My father used to walk with me or drive in the car with me, and he would scat. And he would just, the radio wasn't on. Or he would walk with me and we just and it was all to teach me that life should be enjoyed. To teach me that music is inside all of us. The sense of rhythm, the sense of joy. Well, Ella Fitzgerald was famous for her scatting. And it would sound, with music, something like, let's see, say I take out that. That's it. Did you like that? This is Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday, as you can see, is a beautiful woman. She was a beautiful woman. That's not her real name. I forgot her real name. But like many people of the time period, she would take on a stage name, they call it. She had a problem, which I hope you guys don't get into. She had a terrible drug habit. She was a heroin addict. As you can see here, she's quite beautiful, but as time went by, she got old real quick, and she died very young. But in the meantime, she gave us a lot of powerful music. This class also learned about Strange Fruit. Yes. She was famous for a song called Strange Fruit, which is, for my class who never studied it, it was based on something you'll never think. What do you think Strange Fruit is about? What besides telling me Strange Fruit? What do you think? Who? Trees. Well, Strange Fruit was about what used to happen to African American men in particular for many, many centuries. They used to hang us up from trees because they hated us. They'd strip our hands behind our backs. Sometimes we would have our clothes all ripped off. We would have our private parts ripped out. And yes, and placed in our mouths. And sometimes we were dipped in oil and set on fire. You folks think that I'm kidding? This is something that happened. It's called lynching. Well, Strange Fruit is about that human being hanging from the tree. Billie Holiday did not write the song, but she sang about it and made it famous. You can get it on the internet today. Strange Fruit, listen to the lyrics. It's about a horrible phenomenon that happened in our history. I hope it doesn't still happen, but racism is still here, folks. When I was a child, I was your age, we could not go to the same toilets. Now imagine that. Same toilets. They had in place what was called Jim Crow laws, where black people, African Americans, had to go to the bathroom over here, and other people had to go over here because we were considered dirty and subhuman, basically, for many, many years. Well, people like this really moved a lot of people, including myself, my generation, my parents, to be better, be respectful, and of yourself, essentially. So that's Billie Holiday. Next slide, please. This is her getting older. This is an album cover made, I believe, in the 50s. She was called Lady Day. She was a beautiful woman, but had a terrible drug habit and ultimately ended up in an insane asylum in upstate New York. There is a movie out that you can pick out on Blockbusters or Netflix or whatever called Lady Sings the Blues. It was Diana Ross's first acting debut that I believe she got an Academy Award nomination for, or one of the two. Powerful movie about Billie Holiday's life. It's a true story. I will play a song for you that is in a different style. It's more of a ragtime style. It's called, she made this song famous. It's called Stormy Weather, one of the songs she sang. And it goes something like